One of my biggest pet peeves, especially in a virtual environment, is the agenda-less meeting. Go into this call, everyone's around the screen, not sure who owns the meeting, who's going to run it. You know there's things to talk about, decisions to be made, but nothing's happening. People start to talk usually about things that are inconsequential, and all of a sudden somebody, often me, says, wait a minute, what we really need to know today is XYZ. Are we still on schedule? Are we still on track? Can we still make this date? Are these deliverables still working? Or will we be able to have this meeting with this user group or this customer? So today I'm going to share with you AJC's generic core team tracker agenda and tool, which will help any meeting be on track. Let me share my screen. All right, first of all, you need to have a facilitator for these meetings. It is often the project manager. If you're in a different scenario, it would be the leader. Somebody has to run the meeting, make sure there's a designee. Here's our meeting agenda. First, you do a quick check-in, personal, professional. Is there anything crazy going on? And I like to do this because often if there's something big in someone's life, especially in a virtual environment, like maybe you are getting a delivery today and you're going to have someone knock on your door halfway through the meeting. It's nice to just say, hey guys, I'm expecting this. If I step out for a minute, this is why. So nobody gets upset and nobody's wondering. Just put it out there right up front. Should be quick. And then you go through and talk about your schedule. So I'll do that as we go. This is our generic Gantt schedule. I'm not going to go through it in this particular call, but the point is it's milestone based and you can look at it by owner, you need dependencies, how long it's supposed to take, which week you're at, and whether it's on or off track. This is a quick review. If things are on track, then great, keep moving. If they're off track though, you put them in this issues tab below that I'll get to in a little bit. The next thing is, depending on the type of work or meeting this is, or if it's a project, what's the adoption in your organization for this thing? Like an ERP implementation. Are people ready for this? Where are they at? This is just a generic list or tracker for that. We also have other tools for it, but it is nice to say, you know, I spoke with the purchasing department last week and they're really stuck in their conference room test pilot and they can't figure out these 5 things. We really need to highlight that, or they're very frustrated. Then you can put that in the issues, something to discuss. All right, moving on to to-dos. These are all the action items that you've been tracking from any meeting previous to this one. And you just go through the list. Is this done? Is this done? Is this done? If it's still open, give a quick update. Why is it still open? Is this the type of thing that will be able to be closed, or is it warranting more discussion? Do we put it on this issues list? If it's closed, great. If it warrants more discussion, put it on the issues list. If it's just, hey, I was supposed to call that vendor and get some information and they need to call me back, I'm expecting it this afternoon, just keep it open for another week. Use your discretion here. All right, into the issues. This is really the meat of the meeting. At this time, you have now listed anything from the schedule that's off track, any major issues going on in the organization you need to discuss, any action items that are dragging. And I would encourage the team to put things in over the course of, let's say you have a weekly meeting, over the course of the week that aren't super urgent. Put them on this list so that you can talk about them as a group, okay? And then you quickly go through the leaders facilitating, project manager, what's a high priority for today? What do we need to get through in the 30, 60, or 90 minutes we have today that if we don't talk about on this call with this team, we're gonna have to schedule a follow-up, and nobody wants to do that, right? Okay, so high priority items, you talk about them until you figure it out. What are we going to do, or is this no longer an issue? And once you decide what you're going to do, guess where you track that? That's right, back on the to-do list, okay? So now you have an action item to follow up with whatever issue it is. Okay, so the procurement team was having trouble with their conference room pilot test. So, you know, Sally is going to go follow up with them and help them specifically rewrite the test or get specific areas where they need help and bring in the vendors, business analysts to answer those questions. Something like that. Okay. You talk about it till it's done. High priorities first. When you've gotten through the highest, if you still have time, come up with the next highest or end the meeting early. That's okay, people, especially in this virtual environment. Everybody would like to get off the screen a little faster, right? So those are how you go through a meeting and get to the most important things, get what needs to be talked about out in the open, and really discuss and solve any issues that are urgent.